Hello, Sagittarius and Sagittarius Rising. Welcome to your July 2016 reading. I hope that your month is off to a great start, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what information is coming through for you. When I was doing the channeled portion, which is really involving meditation and the first thing that comes to mind, I got the feeling that I sort of saw curtains opening, and I think this is a month of revealing for you. An opportunity to either let people in on something that you've been maybe really excited about sharing but holding back on doing so. Or this might be something where you learn more about yourself this month, because revealing can also mean like something is revealed to you. It's definitely a month of discovery and a month of unveiling. So be open to that energy. Try not to fight it, and I think good things could come through with that. Let's go ahead and give the cards a shuffle, and then we'll take a look at the extended forecast for this month. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here, and some really beautiful imagery coming through with this deck. I always like working with it, and some interesting information as well. So let me just clear this out here so I can read easier. All right, looking again at the channeled information reveal, and let's look at your catalyst card to see how all of this is pulled together. And we have a whale breach, and this really does show that reveal that could be a surprise to people, because when you think of a whale sort of hopping up out of nowhere in the water, it's a beautiful thing, it's a spectacle, and so what you want to decide is how much of a spectacle do you want to make, how big of a splash are you ready to sort of create this month, because the energy seems to be supporting the idea that it's time to come out and sort of like make a show. For many of you, this may involve some sort of a press event, because we have the Four of Wands here. Now, as illustrated in this deck, it actually involves celebration. A lot of times for me, the Four of Wands can indicate a coming together of family, of really deep love and affection and friendship. So it looks like if you are trying to sort of announce something, it would really be good to do it in that sort of an environment. So maybe it's a part of a larger celebration. You don't want to steal the thunder, but there might be a way to make it an even better celebration. Just clear it with whoever's organizing it. Otherwise, what you want to do is sort of strike up that vibe of you are among friends, basically. So you want it to be a celebration, and then you kind of let out with the news. Otherwise, what I see, generally speaking, I love Four of Wands as your center card, because the Four of Wands basically says that, as you can see here, there's a great potential to create things under the Four of Wands in a very safe way. Now, this one's more of a dance, which is telling me that there's going to be some politics involved with you needing to get whatever you want out there. So engage your network, your social network, your political network, your work network, and don't be afraid to ask for help. But a lot of times, you might be the one that's giving. This is your chance to call a favor in. We see here the Two of Bows, and this is usually a card of reflecting or projecting into the future. It's a thinking card, but this deck, the suit of fire, is very well defined as fire, so I actually think there's action involved with this as well. You can think a little bit, but you have to start. You might be the one that has to organize this, like produce the whole thing, even though it's something about you and you might want someone else to take care of the details. It's showing me that you need to either organize it, produce it, be very hands-on, and be very clear in what you're looking for. When we look in the deep past here, we see the Three of Bows. Lots and lots of bows that came through, which is great energy for you. But the Three of Bows in this deck in particular shows fulfillment, And it is a very good news card. Typically, in the Rider-Waite deck, you would see someone looking out and ships coming in. And in this one, I get the sense that people or opportunities are coming to the person here who's sort of dreaming and hoping and wishing for something to happen. So I feel like many of you have been working on something for a long time. This isn't some sort of an overnight thing, but now is the time when it's ready to show. Okay? Again, this can include engagements. This can include launching a business. It can be a very big step that you're ready to tell people about. It can also be a literal coming out, whatever that is, sharing a part of yourself that you may not have not have shown people before, but now you're ready, now you're proud, whatever. So that looks really good, honestly speaking. This sort of announcement or this change in your life could be rather significant. The Blasted Oak in this deck is about the Tower. The Tower reversed means that you do have some control, indication, or warning about this change. Others may not, though. So this is your chance to basically make a splash. I really love that we got this breach card at the beginning and that the channeled information was reveal. So again, it seems like there's some big news for many of you, and you're ready to make an announcement. The top card here, we have the Woodward, and this is indicative of strength. Normally it's a very feminine card, and it's a strong female card because it's typically a woman and she is holding open the mouth of a beast. In this one we have masculine energy, which means to me that, again, there's a lot of action happening, but I feel like once it happens, you will have a chance to sit back. It's not going to be something where you have to spin everything. I think people will react well to whatever you want to sort of put out there, and you can sort of observe a little bit. So there is a sense of passiveness around the middle of the month after you've sort of made your splash with whatever it is, a change in direction, and then I really see a period of growth coming through. Not only in this month, but the summer looks really good for your sign. And so with the Sun of Life, beautiful card, beautiful name, you have to have passion in whatever it is that you are doing. If your job doesn't provide the passion, if your relationship doesn't provide the passion, and if you're just general day in and day out, if you're not feeling somehow ignited, just like you're seeing in this card, with something that makes you excited about getting out of bed, it's time to find some sort of a passion. It doesn't have to be a means to make money. It doesn't have to be a passion like a sexual energy with someone. It can be a passion that just makes your soul feel alive, okay? Life is too short to not feel something like that. When we're looking here at your ego, it's the Six of Stones, the Six of Pentacles, reversed. The interesting thing about this one, the card says exploitation, and I always look at the Six of Pentacles as a chance to achieve balance. A lot of times you'll see limited resources and a lot of people vying for those resources. With this one where it says exploitation, it looks like they've sort of built up hives behind them. A store of energy basically is not infinite. You need to put limits on it, and don't point the finger if you get exhausted. There's sometimes a martyr feeling that can come from this because it's hard to say no. I have a hard time saying no, but the key here is that if you don't, then you could end up not having enough of whatever it is, time, energy, or even love to, well, I think love can be infinite, but I think sometimes people can abuse or take too much, and even with that, you have to say, this doesn't feel good, or I need my space, whatever it is, you need to speak up. So there's a chance to be more vocal, speak your truth, and don't suppress yourself. If there's a feeling in the past that you had to give and do, and I'm all about service, but not to the point of exhaustion where you don't have enough to feed your own body, passions, and dreams, okay? So balance, it's about balance. When we look at your environment card, we have the King of Stones, King of Pentacles, and it's a wolf. I actually love this deck because there's a lot of animal totems that come through. The wolf is interesting because you have to be careful with wolves. And the reversal of this is showing me an influence in your life. Now, if you're dating someone, I would avoid this. If someone comes in and is a powerful earth sign, like a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, but seems like you can't quite trust them, wolf in sheep's clothing or something, you really want to be cautious. So there is someone in your periphery that you just want to take a closer look at, make sure that the motives make sense, make sure that they understand where you're coming from, and if you're not on the same page, it's a great time to let go. When I look here at your hopes and fears and sort of where you're projecting yourself, we have the Page of Stones. It's reversed, so this is showing me what you're going to be needing to do is, if you've saved a lot of money, you might have to access some of your funds. You may also need to ask for help because I'm seeing a lack of what you need to get where you want to go. So there either has to be you taking out a loan, borrowing from savings, asking for help, asking for more money. There's a need for a little bit more, and that's totally supported by this card because you don't have enough. So if it's a matter of saying no to people so that you have more left over for yourself, do that. If it's a matter of people not realizing that you actually are working really hard and you need more, then you have to make a case and sort of reveal what it is that is lacking. What I see as the ultimate sort of trajectory for this month is the Seven of Vessels here, the Seven of Cups. There may be a need to step away from something. It does say mourning. The Seven is not necessarily a bad card, though, because you're getting closer to resolving something. The Eight of Cups is pretty good. You're going to have a lot more opportunities with that. And for me, the Seven is like a stretch card. It's saying that you're going to have to look at all of the opportunities, kind of pick a path, and know that there's going to be some sort of a sacrifice and make peace with it. So again, sometimes it's letting a friend go or putting some distance between you and that person. Sometimes it's as simple as just having to terminate a contract. This is a very soft version, though, of it's not a death card. These two cards together are about choice and priority. That's how I would sum it up. So let's expand your forecast, and we'll probably get even a little bit more insight when I do the summary at the end. So every month I like to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. So let's shuffle and take a look first at mind, body, spirit, health. We'll pull from the middle. And trust is really key. So I was mentioning this wolf figure that's coming through, King of Stones, basically a earth sign. And you really need to trust people that you're either working or living with, and if you don't, it's time to speak up or to set some limits and ask them to sort of move outside of your space. All right, let's take a look at money, wealth, opportunity, your wealth card. And interesting, this came through for another sign, dedicated effort. This is showing that what you're working on, what I see you may be wanting to make an announcement with, you may be holding it close to you. You may not feel like it's done. It's important for you to feel like you're proud of what you're working on, but also understand that this might be something that you phase out in different releases, okay? So allow yourself to launch part of it and then reveal more of it later, and that's what the reveal's about. You're revealing the outline, the initial part of it, and give yourself permission to have multiple parts, not just this initial launch. Okay, this top card kind of flew out, and so I'm going to pay attention to that. So for your love, it says get to know each other. You may be put into a position this month where it's either an unusual situation where you don't have a lot of information about the person that you're working with, or a brand new ally or friend, and this is saying you really need to understand what it is that they like in life, what moves them, and find a way to use that to have a better working environment with them. So if you're in an existing relationship, this is a date night. If you're single, this is about getting to know yourself too. There may be pieces of your own personality that you need to work on and think, how is this attracting or repelling, not attracting people? And so this is about getting to know what you're looking for in someone else. Is it a missing piece of yourself, in which case you need to focus on sort of building that, or is it sort of you're looking for someone to foil and offer some sort of a different perspective on you? Okay, finally, when we look at your trajectory, I want to say this has more to do with your karma this month, but usually this is your sort of where you're headed, it does feel like many of you are seeking love or wishing to deepen a love relationship. And what it says is, I can commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. A bigger sort of umbrella of what this means for your destiny this month is finding the sort of the silver lining in everything, understanding that most people, they want to be loved, they want to be happy. Sometimes they go about it in questionable ways, but what you want to try to do is find the love in every situation and try to put as much positivity in things as you can. Definitely work your passion this month. These two cards almost, I love the design here. I think it's almost a mandala, but basically you need to have, if you're working your passion, you're going to attract people that are passionate about what you're passionate about, and it sort of is like love begets love. So the more positive you can be this month, the more possibilities you're going to feel, and the more positive sort of people that you're going to draw to yourself. All right, so let's summarize, since there was a lot that we looked at. Again, that central theme of passion, of love being something that is both an attracting force and also something that you want to integrate into all parts of your life. A feeling that this month you might want to really make a splash, announce something new and unusual. You have a lot of friends, family, and support that you can use. It is going to be something that could shake things up. For those of you who feel like your life is sort of steady, this is saying, take a look at it. There may be something that needs to change that could bring about freedom. There's an opportunity here. Generally speaking, your physical health could either improve or maintain. I don't see a lot of you getting worse unless there was a pre-existing condition. This is a pretty favorable card to have as your top card. In areas of love, it could mean that a Leo is coming through for you, because usually the lion is in that. And if that's the case, that's okay. I would say be careful, be wary of any sort of trust issues you have in your environment this month, particularly with an Earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. And in general, it should just be, you need to know that people have your back and vice versa. Put up limits if necessary, say no, and then you're going to have to make some decisions in regards to asking for help or money, perhaps, and taking sometimes a difficult road. You're going to, with this skull in the background, it usually means a very muted form of change, of death, or of transformation. So you can't do everything that you want. You might have to pare it back. We see that when we look at this dedicated effort card that was in the wealth opportunity. It's not everything can kind of get out there at the same time. You're going to have to figure out what you want, what's necessary, etc. In regards to savings, this means that, and spending, it means that you can't go out and buy like a pool right now. You might have to start a layaway or a savings plan. It's small pieces towards a large large goal. Think of like a jigsaw puzzle, and you're just going to put a piece in at a time, and you start to sort of see ultimately how you get closer to your goal. Health, very much tied to, if you trust people, stress could be something that's affecting a lot of you this month, and you need to work on the emotional component of it. It looks like the physical component's fine. I see stress and stress from trust issues kind of coming through. Love, spending time in current relationships to just have fun with each other. It's a playful card. And then for new business relationships and friendships, it's that honeymoon period where you get to know each other, ask a lot of questions, listen more than speak. And that's it for this month. Remembering again that we're going to end on love. You need to love what you're doing. You need to find passion in everything. If possible, this month is going to help propel you forward. Hopefully this was helpful. If you'd ever like a one-on-one personalized reading, I offer those. I'll put a link in the corner so you can see rates and availability. Otherwise, if you'd like to stay in touch, the easiest way is just to subscribe to this channel, but you can also join my newsletter or connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Finally, thank you for your support every month. The likes, the subscribes, and all the positive comments really mean a lot. It helps me understand that this is making a difference. Finally, if you feel like this was really useful, feel free to make a small donation. Anything is appreciated. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I'll see you again in 1 month's time. Sat Nam. Bye-bye.